We begin with President Trump and that growing firestorm, facing massive backlash over his profane and racially offensive comments at the White House. The president today trying to backtrack from those comments. But on a day when he was signing a proclamation celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a reporter at the White House asking, "Are you a racist?" Tonight, outrage pouring in, and one Democratic senator describing what happened in that Oval Office meeting, applauding the Republican he says then stood up to the president. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off tonight.
On a day when he is under fire for racially explosive comments, the president signed a proclamation honoring Martin Luther King Jr., even joined by a member of the King family. But he couldn't avoid the blunt question, are you a racist?
Mr. President, did you refer to African nations? Did you refer to
Mr. President, are you a racist? Mr. President, are you a racist?
Earlier this morning, the president attempted damage control over the vulgar insult he used in his meeting with members of Congress, tweeting, "The language used by me at the DACA meeting was tough, but this was not the language used," adding, "Never said anything derogatory about Haitians other than Haiti is, obviously, a very poor and troubled country." But nowhere did the president explicitly deny directing that profane insult at African countries.
He said these hate-filled things, and he said them repeatedly.
Democratic Senator Dick Durbin was in that Oval Office meeting.
He said, "Haitians, do we need more Haitians?" And then he went on when we started to describe the immigration from Africa. That's when he used these vile and vulgar comments, calling the nations they come from holes. The exact word used by the president, not just once, but repeatedly.
Later today, Senator Durbin detailed more of the president's comments.
He said, "Put me down for wanting more Europeans to come to this country. Why don't we get more people from Norway?" That was exactly what the president said.
Durbin says Republican Senator Lindsey Graham challenged the president on the spot.
For him to confront the president as he did, literally sitting next to him, took extraordinary political courage, and I respect him for it.
Today, Senator Graham put out a statement. "I said my piece directly to the president yesterday. I've always believed that America is an idea, not defined by its people, but by its ideals." Other lawmakers condemned the president's comments as blatantly racist. Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein saying, quote, "The president's expressed desire to see more immigrants from countries like Norway must be called out for what it is, an effort to set this country back generations by promoting a homogeneous white society." And prominent Republicans weighed in.
So first thing that came to my mind was very unfortunate, unhelpful.
Congresswoman Mia Love, a daughter of Haitian immigrants, said the president's comments are unkind, divisive, elitist, and fly in the face of our nation's values. And former Republican Party Chairman Michael Steele was asked point blank if he thinks the president is a racist.
Yeah, I do. I think at this point, I mean, the evidence is incontrovertible. It's right there.
It's far from the first time the president has made racially insensitive comments. There's what he said about Mexicans on the very first day of his presidential campaign.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
And his comments following the rally of white supremacists in Charlottesville last August.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
But today at the MLK Jr. event, the president tried to strike an entirely different tone.
No matter what the color of our skin or the place of our birth, we are all created equal by God.
So let's get to John Karl live at the White House tonight. And John, reaction to the president's comments pouring in, not just across this country, but from around the world.
The remarks were condemned around the world. The African Union put out a statement demanding a retraction and an apology, quote, not only to the Africans, but to all people of African descent around the globe. And the governments of Haiti, Senegal, and Botswana summoned the top U.S. officials at the embassies in those countries to ask for an explanation for the president's words.
And John, while we have you today, the president also canceled his planned visit to London, saying he was unhappy with the new U.S. embassy there. And the president then trying to connect the decision on that new embassy to former President Obama.
David, it had been widely reported that the president was planning to visit London in February. He announced via Twitter that he is canceling that visit. He said because of the bad deal the United States got on the new U.S. embassy in London. And he said that that deal was the responsibility of the Obama administration, but in fact, it was the Bush administration that began the move to the new U.S. Embassy.
All right, John Carl leading us off at the White House. John, thank you.